A child is like a butterfly in the wind. Some can fly higher than others, but each one flies the best it can. Why compare one against the other? Each one is different, each one is special, each one is beautiful.
NWTRC's mission is to provide therapeutic horseback riding to people of all ages with a wide range of disabilities from autism, Down syndrome, multiple sclerosis, brain injuries, to learning and behavior disabilities. Riders have ranged in age from 3 to 74. The center is dedicated to enriching the physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being of our riders and their families in an environment which is safe, nurturing, challenging, and fun. Northwest Therapeutic Riding Center was founded in 1993 by Julia Bazzo, a passionate equestrian who has been involved with therapeutic riding for over 20 years. She worked at other centers around the country before founding NWTRC in the beautiful backcountry of Bellingham, Washington. Riders enrolled in our program attend one lesson a week for 7 weeks, which is tailored specifically to their needs, age range, and abilities. Volunteers act as sidewalkers to accompany those riders who need support. The sidewalkers are there to ensure the safety of the rider and to help them. The number of sidewalkers is adjusted for each person's need. Each session starts with the rider helping to groom the horse to the best of their ability. Then, it's off to mounting the horse, either on the specially made ramp or in the ring with the help of the instructor.
Right here, and walk on.
The lesson usually includes a warm-up, mounted stretch, games or patterns created to focus on certain skills of the rider, and a trotting lesson. During nice weather, trail rides are also included for variety and fun. The lessons end with the dismount. Therapeutic riding provides many different benefits for the riders. The movement of the hips of the rider while the horse is walking mimics the movement of a person walking. This is especially important for those riders who lack the ability to walk. The necessity to balance on the horse while it is moving strengthens core muscles, which can improve posture, balance, coordination, flexibility, and normalize muscle tone. Furthermore, riding is not just about the physical benefits, but also the emotional and psychological benefits. For those with attention disorders, mounted games and activities help to lengthen attention span and concentration. Interaction with the horses and volunteers gives the riders opportunities to improve their social and anxiety coping skills. The best part about all of this is that many of the riders do not even realize that they are working on all of these skills.
Unfortunately, my daughter was injured by a horse when she was 3, and so it could cause severe brain damage and some disabilities, not only cognitive but mobility issues. It's been recommended through her therapists and friends and things like that to bring her here, and so I finally just one day stepped up and said, let's give it a try. I loved the professionalism of everyone. You know, they really made me feel at ease. Taylor, like I said, she wears a gait belt. And Julia and the other volunteers just sort of took over, and I ended up a little bit away from Taylor, and I went, I don't know. But within minutes, I felt fine. Yeah, everybody makes sure that she's safe, and it's a great environment. You get confidence just because the people that are here are presenting confidence and knowledge, So it makes me feel a lot better. And that Taylor's smiling the whole entire time, and that's pretty neat to see.
Dad,
What?
oh my God. What's your favorite thing about riding?
I like writing.
Can they hear you?
I like writing.
Oh, good.
Liz? Hello.
What's your name?
Kayla Nyhart.
How old are you?
I am 12.
What's your horse's name?
Queen.
How old?
18.
17.
17.
Good. What do you think of these girls who help you, Taylor?
Great.
Great. Yeah, these girls are all volunteers. They're doing a wonderful job.
Yes?
All right.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Seeing some improvements. We're actually skipping a therapy session, a physical therapy session, to do this because it's just as good, if not better, than your regular therapy session. She doesn't even know that it's therapeutic. You know, she thinks that it's just something fun to do. So I'm glad. I've noticed an increase in her posture and attentiveness, and that she's really trying to, stay centered on the horse. I'm noticing that the movement is really nice because she's getting, the torso bounce and that kind of thing. And she even said to me, "This is the best day of my life." That was pretty cool. Yeah, she looks forward to it a lot.
My name is Debbie Day. My daughter is Kayla Day. She's 17. And actually, many years ago, I ran a home daycare, and specialized with kids with special needs. And one of my daycare kids had cerebral palsy, and she was going to this program. And so even though I didn't get involved at that time, that was kind of set the basis of hearing really good things and seeing how much she enjoyed coming. So when we moved out to the county and Kayla had some physical issues she needed to work on, I just kind of clicked, and I thought, I'll check out the horse program, and so that's how we ended up coming here. Well, Kayla actually has only been riding for about 3 years, and she's totally blind. She's got cerebral palsy that affects her left side. Got a pretty noticeable anxiety disorder, and so it's been interesting to have her ride. She did not want to ride, but that's kind of typical with Kayla, and anything new is very difficult to start. And so the whole way here she fought me, saying I was wrong to set her up for this. The moment she got here and got on the horse, she probably, I would say 2 minutes into riding, she yells out, "Mom, please sign me up for the second session." So with the success, she, her nerves had settled at that point. It's been really good for her because she has her posture. Being blind, she has no reason to have her head up. So for me, one thing was posture, that she improve her posture, and especially that left-sided CP. She doesn't have quite as good awareness of that left side. So riding helps her posture. It helps her get a different feeling of where she is in space. She gets that movement that she doesn't necessarily get. And, on top of it all, I think for kids with disabilities, so often they go from one therapy to another therapy, and they're always focusing on some kind of a problem, and they need to go to some specialized care, and they miss out on just normal, everyday, fun things that other kids do. And so I appreciate the fact that it's horseback riding. What girl does not love horseback riding?
Tell them your name.
My name's Kayla.
And
I've been riding for like 3 years. I've also attended fundraisers for the Northwest Therapeutic Horseback Riding Center. I started riding because it's like, riding is like kind of riding on a broomstick almost.
How is that?
It's like you know how in Harry Potter they have really when the kids at Hogwarts first get their broomsticks, they have their first riding lesson on a broomstick. I feel like I'm on a horse, and I mean, you know, he's like one of those magical broom things.
Definitely, we see improvement, and we're constantly, you know, working to be aware of those things. Julia, you know, keeps constant, you know, constantly is alert and working to improve that sitting up tall, and you need to if you're riding a horse to, you know, get. And so Kayla, really, her time on the horse, I can see it all the time, how her, you know, it's improved, and it carries through during, you know, the rest of her time. Oh, Julia and the staff are awesome. They're great. Communication is great. I have, you know, I think a world of all the volunteers. They put a lot of energy into it, and you know, I think that just as important as what Julia's doing, the volunteers and their attitude and how they come across to the participant is really important. And so everybody's so upbeat and cheerful and nice that even if Kayla should come and it's a down day or something has happened, it's just a matter of getting on the horse and talking to the volunteers, and you know, it's wonderful.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Bodwine. I'm 20 years old. I started volunteering here this year. It's my first year, and it's because of a class requirement, but I've really enjoyed it so far. I'd love to do it again. I love the kids and how they remember you, and every lesson they get better and they learn how to sit up straight, and when they trot they know how to hold on to the reins, and it's been a really great experience.
It's Michelle Vanko.
And how long have you been volunteering with Northwest Therapeutic Riding Center?
This is my second year.
And how'd you get into it?
Honestly, I was bored one summer, and I wanted to get back into horses after taking a break for probably like 5 years. So I just opened up a phone book, chose the Northwest Therapeutic Riding Center, called her one day, and later that day I got a call back saying I could come volunteer.
What's one of your favorite parts about volunteering?
I love working with the kids, just to see them improve as this session goes on, and the joy in their faces when they trot or something happy comes, or when they play basketball or do the flags. The joy in their face like brightens my day.
The Northwest Therapeutic Riding Center needs your help. The NWTRC is a non-profit organization that relies on private donations, funds from special events, grants and fees from riders in order to carry out our mission. Rider fees cover only 20% of the costs needed to maintain our facility, care for our wonderful horses, and to give people with disabilities the incredible gift of therapeutic riding. That's why we depend on you. All donations to the NWTRC are tax-deductible under Section 501c3 of the International Revenue Code. Please be generous with your support.